Hey guys, welcome to FPL, and this week we've had two FPL videos because there's been a mid-game week and then obviously the weekend games. So for lucky for you guys, there is two FPL videos. Obviously, usually it comes out Thursday. However, the last games weren't played until Thursday night, which meant we wouldn't know our exact total points and all that stuff. So this video is coming out Friday, midday, and there's some bangers of the games. But getting into it, team of the week was Henderson, Hudson from Bournemouth, Ashley Young from Everton, Saliba, Timber, Mo Salah, Iwobi, El Kanzo, KDB, Nkunku, and Watkins. The most ins and outs: Saka in, Salah in, Isaac in, Watkins in, Saliba in, Mbeumo out, Haaland out, Konate out, Smith Rowe out, and Jackson out. And I can see why. I understand why people have sold on Mbeumo. And most likely we're going to sell on Mbeumo as well. Smith Rowe, he hasn't really hit the form that we want, but as a second option off the bench or to make it a 5 in the midfield, it's not a bad option to have. And Jackson, I think people were just panicked. He was one game away from suspension. He didn't play, which is annoying for us. But they didn't want him getting suspended coming into the game against Spurs. So I think people are kind of panicked for this weekend, thinking that he's not going to play. If this weekend he doesn't play, then there might be questions on whether we sell Jackson. But coming into the points, it was a 60 pointer, not great, above the average. 132 was so nearly double what our score was the highest. But we had Pickford in goal, Virgil van Dijk 1 point, Robinson 6 points. He got the assist, which is good. For a long time he's not performed well. FaZe came in because obviously Gabriel didn't play, but originally it was Gabriel in there. So FaZe picking up that 1 point. The midfield did well. Palmer captained, 14 points, got a goal, got the 2 points for the pluses. Didn't get a man of the match performance though, which is a bit annoying because he didn't get the bonus points there. Mo Salah was vice captain. He got the goal, 2 goals. He got assist and bonus points. Obviously, probably should have left the captain on him, but that's still good points shared between them. Saka against United didn't do anything, got the clean sheet. Obviously Mbeumo, just 2 points for minutes played in that loss against Aston Villa. And Smith Rowe again, not really doing anything despite Fulham being 3-1 up. João Pedro got assist in that 3-1 against Fulham, and then obviously Wazza didn't score either in the Aston Villa game. Joe 0 points. Jackson and Gabriel didn't play, and obviously Konza 2 points, which means we have got a couple of down arrows for the first time in about 4 weeks. In the leagues, nothing's changed. We're still second. But yeah, you can see there automatic substitutions, and then obviously we've got all the scores on the doors there. So moving to the highest points, of course, Pickford in goal, like we had Guardiola, we have Lenkov, Saliba, Ake, not bad back four, Gordon, Rogers, Salah, and Nkunku, Watkins, Isaac. That's a very dangerous team, to be honest. Doing very well with that guy. Okay, so moving to leagues and cups. Obviously, you can see there's lots of down arrows in the FPL shows, Fantasy, But in the leagues, we stay the same. Again, in the McDonald's League, I think this one is done and dusted. We're going to need a serious comeback if we have any chance of beating lads on tour up in first. Equivalent to 134 points ahead now. And the gap slowly from behind is starting to creep up. As for the mini league, that's run by me. Nothing's changed. Tyler's still 10 points above us, which isn't too bad. Despite having a okay weekend, he's not had a great one, which is good because usually when everyone else has a bad one, he has a good one. So he's like the rest of us, not been great, and that has kept the gap with only 10 points still coming into this weekend. And like I said in Game Week 14's video, there was 2 game weekends this week, so I wasn't bothered about not being in first by Friday. It's about being first on Sunday and making that gap. But looking at the teams, I think you can see it's fairly even this week. Couple of changes in the middle of the pack. Karen dropping in another place yet again. Marcus starting to creep back up. But like I said, I think it is going to be a title race between me and Tyler. Matt's definitely rising up the table in the last couple of weeks, but still 50 points behind. So still to play for, I guess. Moving into the transfers this week, we've made one, and that was Saliba in for Gabriel. Now, obviously, I will go back to Gabriel when he's fully fit, because I think he has that more of a presence. As you can see, he scored some goals, but he didn't play, and I'm not going to go 2 weekends where he doesn't play. So I've gone Saliba, costs less anyway. And then obviously once Gabriel is fit or is definitely back into that starting squad without any doubt, then obviously we'll swap Saliba back to Gabriel. As for the second change, I'm looking to get rid of mbeumo, and it's not because he's not been doing well. Well, he's had a couple of blanks, but you can see the start of the season he did fantastically. But it's more the fixtures. You know, they got Newcastle, Chelsea, Forest, who are still up in the top half of the Prem. Brighton, Arsenal. Their first easy game is Southampton in 6 weeks, game weeks. You know, I can't be waiting on that long. And then they do have Man City and Liverpool back to back. So when mbeumo's going, obviously we won't have to pay minus points because we got 2 free transfers. I had 2 free transfers. So we need 8.3, correct. So mbeumo is the top player between 7.5 and 8 million. We're not going to fall for Iwobi's brilliant. So I was looking at Madison, but their fixtures aren't that great in the next couple, because I do want to go back to mbeumo eventually. So I'm actually going to slightly go down, and my options are going to be Bowen at 6.4 million, who's got some good fixtures there: Wolves, Bournemouth, Brighton, Southampton, and then they do have the Man City and Liverpool games back to back. But then that would probably be where you sell him on. The only problem with Bowen is he's not been as consistent as I would like. And that is the problem with these rest of these midfielders. None of them have had really good, consistent form. Newcastle there with some good fixtures for Harvey Barnes. But again, there's a couple of blanks that have racked up. Rashford, again, been decent in the last couple of games since the new manager's come in. but not enough to warrant a start for me. Semenya, again, is a good player. Some good fixtures, however, I know Tyler has picked him, and obviously we want to go above Tyler. So my option I'm actually going to go with is Mitoma. He's got some good fixtures there for the first 4 games. He will link up nicely with João Pedro. So yes, Mitoma is going to be the player that comes in. 6.5 million, so means we do have 1.3 million spare in the bank. Obviously, I don't really want to use that because obviously we want to get mbeumo back. But hypothetically, let's make transfers, confirm. So Mitoma is in. But hypothetically, with that 1 point, what is it? So 7.4. What striker can I get for 7.4? Because obviously Brentford don't have the best fixtures. Chris Wood. I could go with a Wolves striker. But again, that's obviously Tyler has him. We don't have the money for Solanke. Strand Larson maybe. What about Wood? No. Okay, so obviously we're gonna keep Wazza anyway. And then obviously eventually we'll hopefully bring back mbeumo in about probably, I don't even know, like it's not until January where there's some good runs again. So maybe we do have to take a -4, or maybe next week we take the move for the striker spot. But for now, we can leave that for now. So picking the team for this weekend, Jose Sarr comes in for Pickford because it's Everton versus Liverpool, a Merseyside derby. The back line is going to be Konza, who's not had the greatest performances recently. However, is still getting picked, and with a team like Southampton, he should be getting a clean sheet there. Saliba obviously comes in for the injured Gabriel, and Virgil van Dijk obviously starts. Mitoma comes in, Palmer, Salah, Saka. And then the front three stays the same, which means Smith Rowe, Faze and Robertson all on the bench because they do have Arsenal, Liverpool against Everton. Captain wise, it's going to stay on Salah. There's no point changing that. I think the team is good. The team is saved. Let's just quickly do this so that it does actually save. Jackson, Smith, switch. Yeah, that's done that. Save team. Yes. Okay, because we didn't save last week's. Not game week 13's didn't save. So that is going to be the team for game week 15. If you did like it, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit that notification bells, and hopefully by Sunday or by next week when we do our FPL reviews, we're going to be top. Thank you for watching, guys. Goodbye.